Hi, my name is Halima. Welcome to this new YouTube channel that's kind of weird. I want to sort of test the waters with this first video. This is like an introduction video. It's not going to have too much detail about the subject, but I will try and touch briefly on what I intend or what we intend to do with this. We're currently busy with creating podcast for ex-Muslims from Somali background. We're going to call this YouTube channel Ex-Muslim Somali Voices. I didn't want to name the channel my name, even though I'll be your host, because this channel is going to absolutely focus on the voices of ex-Muslims from Somali background who are underground. And what do I mean by underground? This is what I mean. There's a large number of people from Somali background, whether they live in the West or they live in Somalia, that are hiding with their free thinking and with their atheism and having walked away from religion. And what we will deal with in this YouTube channel is basically we're going to decipher all those the reasons behind that. Why are people so much in hiding? We recently did a survey which I asked open questions. We asked open questions, and we just wanted people to tell us what they think. And so on this YouTube channel also we're going to discuss the findings of that survey. So this survey basically only targeted Somali ex-Muslims specifically. I've had the honor, I'm myself a Somali, I'm from Kenya, but I'm Somali ethnically. So I'm Somali Kenyan, which is normally very difficult to explain to Western audiences, but I normally just say the British do our line, y'all. So if you look at the Kenyan map, you probably see that Kenya and Somalia border each other, and there's a province in northeastern Kenya which is predominantly Somali people. So I do speak Somali and I write Somali, but we're gonna be doing this podcast in English because we want it to reach also the younger population of Somali diaspora, who are, I can say, the largest number of the Somali ex-Muslims dynamics. But what we want to basically address in this is the peculiar thing that makes it weird for Somali ex-Muslims. We've recently had a surge of a lot of people coming out, and that's really great. Shout out to Autumn, shout out to Noon Benson, so many Somali ex-Muslim women who are coming, myself included, because I also came out recently with my atheism, who are really, breaking the ties and doing a lot of wonderful work with activism. This podcast is going to focus a lot on the guys who are in the closet. So basically, we may not have someone come on as themselves, but maybe they can send a text. We can have them on a pre-recorded interview, which we will definitely try and treat their voices so that their voices are not recognizable, but basically we down there it's quite interesting. I've had the honor and the pleasure to be plugged in just a little bit, but we've also done a bit of work with trying to map out the scale. And by doing this, we had to, we spent months going through several Reddits and social media groups and private groups and hidden groups and some other forums which I cannot, on Discord. And so basically this has given us a bit of like an estimation And this estimation right now, you heard it here first, is about 1.2 million. 1.2 million Somalis, whether living in the diaspora or in Somalia, have left religion, walked away from the religion, but they can't say it. Majority of them cannot say it. And these are the issues that we're going to discuss in this podcast. So I'm hoping that this serves as some sort of testing the waters and has given you a bit of a introduction on what to expect next. Please do leave me some questions down here. Do send us your questions. Do send us what you think about the entire naming. Do send us what you think, whether this is the right way to go. This is a channel that is going to be created to be to bring out these voices into the mainstream, because at the moment the Somali Muslim community are to some extent also discussing things in Somali language, but we've decided to do this podcast in English so that we can bring these voices to the mainstream, which the mainstream is absolutely not aware of. So do stay with us and send me your questions. Subscribe to the channel, pre-subscribe to the channel, because we're going to launch soon, and see you on the other side.